MrBeast is known to give away hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars a video, but what if he gave away subscribers? Well, that's what happened on the 5th of September 2020. You see, MrBeast shouted out a smaller creator named Zealous, and it took him from 50,000 subscribers all the way to 1.8 million subscribers in only 7 hours. Little to everyone's knowledge, this shoutout would almost lead to the destruction of Zealous's channel. But before we get to that, we have to start at the beginning. Zealous, or Matthew Doyen, was born on the 23rd of January 2000 in Dayton, Ohio, and as a kid he was always into making YouTube videos. When he was 7, he was obsessed with creating Lego stop motion animations, and as he got older at 13 and 14, he began daily vlogging. Matthew didn't really know what he was doing. He was just a kid with a camera and a dream. Matthew continued to daily vlog until he turned 17 and got accepted into the YouTube Partner Program. This just essentially means that YouTube's gonna pay him to make videos now. But sadly, this took Matthew almost 4 years and over 100 videos to accomplish. And he wasn't really learning from the videos that he was making. He was just doing it for fun. So Matthew decided to delete all of his current videos and start completely from scratch. He was going to begin to take YouTube seriously now. So Matthew began to study larger creators to see what they were doing to be successful. He specifically studied videos that had heavy momentum or videos that were doing really well for a specific channel. Then he would use them as inspiration to come up with ideas for his own channel. He mainly studied creators like Preston and MrBeast. MrBeast was a massive inspiration for Matthew. Matthew even had a vision board with a picture of him standing right next to MrBeast because it was one of his goals to meet MrBeast one day. At around this time, Matthew met another creator that went to his church named More J Stu. J Stu was a pretty established creator and he was sitting at around 3 million subscribers at the time. When the J Stu team heard that Matthew was trying to do YouTube, they were kind enough to take him under their wing and teach him the ropes. They allowed Matthew to begin working as an editor for the channel. By Matthew doing this, he got to learn a ton about YouTube, and Matthew was able to convert this knowledge to his own channel and get his first viral video, testing 5 outdoor TikTok survival life hacks. This video currently sits at around 900,000 views. Matthew continued to post similar videos, and he even posted a video where J Stu controlled his life for 24 hours, and he had to shave his head. This will be important in the future, trust me. Matthew was beginning to build up a small audience on the channel. He had just passed the 30,000 subscriber mark, and everything was looking great. But something was brewing in the background that would change his life forever. You see, MrBeast was currently planning a video where he was going to have 4 small creators put their hand on a diamond play button, and the last one to take their hand off would literally win a shoutout. You see, the reason that he did this is because he wanted to bring on 4 people that were used to being funny and entertaining on camera. And who's better at being funny and entertaining on camera than, well, creators? So MrBeast put out a tweet asking for creators that were under 100,000 subscribers to fill out a Google form to get a chance to be a part of the video. As you can imagine, there were tens of thousands of submissions, so the chances of Matthew getting chosen were slim to none. But when Jimmy's team looked at Matthew's submission, they saw that he was a pretty well established creator and already had a few formats going for him. But they also saw how he was willing to shave his head for a video. This showed that he was willing to do just about anything to make sure the content was good. So they knew that he would be great in the video, and they ended up selecting Matthew to be a part of the challenge. Matthew didn't even know that he was selected to be a part of the challenge, until one day when he was sitting in church, MrBeast literally called him and asked him if he was available to fly down to North Carolina. Obviously, Matthew said yes, and a few days later, he was in North Carolina, ready to win the shoutout. And on the day of, Matthew and 3 other up-and-coming creators, Isaiah Photo, Unnecessary Inventions, and Pretty Bored, all put their hand on the diamond play button, and the challenge had officially begun. Matthew was in the most competitive mindset that he had ever been in. He was not going to lose. Jimmy started off by having him do a little activity where they would destroy Carl's car and go and buy him a new one. But as they were destroying the car, Unnecessary Inventions accidentally lifted his hand off the diamond play button. After they went to buy Carl a new car, they didn't really do much. They just stood around for like 5 hours until Jimmy came back to make the challenge harder. He started off by making them hold a 1,000,000 subscriber play button in their other hand, only letting them put 1 finger on the glass, putting tape in front of their feet so they can't move forward, and also raising the diamond play button above their head. They had been going all night at this point, and they were extremely exhausted. But you can tell from all of them that Matthew just simply wanted it more. He wasn't going to walk away from this challenge without without a shoutout. Pretty bored ended up accidentally crossing the line in front of his feet, so he only ended up receiving $10,000. Then Isaiah ended up crossing the line because he tried to spin a gold play button on his finger for 6 seconds, but he still received $10,000 as well. So that left Matthew as the winner. This was one of the highest moments in Matthew's life. Not only did he get to meet his idol, but he also received a shoutout from him. Matthew wanted to make the most of this shoutout, so he began working on a video that's essentially the same as the MrBeast video, but from his own perspective. And when MrBeast posted his video, Matthew posted his "I want a million subscribers" from a MrBeast challenge video. This shoutout was crazy, causing Matthew's channel to go from 50,000 subscribers all the way to 100K within only a few minutes. And it went from 100K all the way to 1.8 million in only 7 hours. His video was also doing really well, and it currently sits at 11 million views. Matthew continued to take advantage of this success, and he posted another video titled "MrBeast Controls My Life for 24 Hours Straight." This video also performed super well, and it currently sits at 6.3 million views. This was Matthew's dream. It seemed like nothing could slow him down. Or so everyone thought. You see, on the 27th of September 2020, Matthew posted a video titled "I made the world's biggest cup of ramen." And for lack of a better words, this video flopped. And when I say flopped, I mean it performed relatively the same way as his videos used to perform before the shoutout. And although this was bad, it wasn't like Matthew didn't know this was going to happen. Matthew knew he was only able to make videos at a 50,000 subscriber level, not at a 1 or 2 million subscriber level. And besides, people only subscribed because MrBeast told them to, not because they actually liked Matthew's content. Nobody really cared to watch his videos. And you could actually see this happen across other channels that have received shoutouts, such as Deeds, where he also received a shoutout from MrBeast and went from 1,400 subscribers all the way to 200K, but he wasn't really able to sustain the audience after all the hype died down. Amelia and Brady also received a shoutout from MrBeast and went from 400 subscribers all the way to 150K, but they were also not able to sustain the viewership, and this eventually led them to quitting YouTube. Matthew didn't want it to get to that point, so he began to experiment with his content and test the waters. So he made and posted a video titled "Asking Millionaires to Play Hide and Go Seek Inside of Their Mansions." And this video performed relatively the same way as the last. So he figured that he'd try a format that worked well previously. So he made and posted a video titled "Best Friends Only Say Yes for 24 Hours Straight." This video also performed relatively the same way. So he posted 2 more videos and they both also didn't perform as well as he wanted. It seemed like nothing was working. Until one day, Matthew decided to take a different route. You see, ever since the shoutout, all Matthew tried to do was make videos like MrBeast, because he wanted to resonate with that audience. He was trying to be someone that he wasn't. So for this next video, he was going to try to make a video that he would enjoy making. So he and his team began brainstorming ideas. They eventually came up with the idea to make a secret room because Matthew had the perfect place in his house to make one. Then they eventually changed the idea to making a secret gaming room because Matthew always enjoyed gaming. They didn't know how good the video idea was until they started filming, because Matthew got so into the video that he literally destroyed his wall in the intro. This turned out to be some of the most fun that he had ever had while making a video. And the video actually turned out really good, but they didn't know how it was going to do because it wasn't really a MrBeast idea. They ended up posting it on the 29th of November 2020, and to everyone's surprise, this video started gaining views faster than every other video. And just a few days later, the video began to blow up. It was performing way better than all of his previous videos. It actually started to outperform the videos that were posted during the MrBeast shoutout. The video currently sits at 20 million views. You see, Matthew didn't know it at the time, but by him not trying to be like MrBeast, he actually created a viral video format that would be used on YouTube for many years to come. Today, Matthew is a well-respected creator that has created multiple video formats that have pulled in millions of views. And I think the moral of this story is that success doesn't come overnight. It comes from months or even years of hard work and dedication. Or something like that. I don't know. Subscribe.